Hey y'all, and welcome back to Leesah's Cottage. And today is going to be a Walmart grocery haul, that the items that I needed to prepare our meal plans that I planned out for this week. I am just going to start with the non-food items. A gallon of distilled water. I have a feeling that is bought for Ken's CPAP machine. And some fragrance-free baby wipes for me to use when I'm going through my topical chemo treatment on my hands and arms. My doctor said that I could just lay these across my arms, as well as ice packs. But he said I could just lay these across my arms and it would help put some moisture back in my arms. Needed some backup vitamin C. Some calcium, the milk and honey liquid hand soaps. I use that in my bathroom. And needed some deodorant, and I wanted the large bottle of the moisturizer, the Care Cocoa Divine body lotion. This stuff is so good, and I have used a lot of body lotions, from borderline high-end moisturizers to just over-the-counter moisturizers, and I have found this one to work the best for me. And I have some extremely dry skin. Love this product, and it doesn't leave my body feeling greasy. So that's for the non-food items that we have gotten picked up for this week. 2 packs of tortillas, both different sizes. One is the burrito style, one is the fajita style. And one recipe is for burritos, and one of the recipes this week is for fajitas. I needed some fajita seasoning, some Italian seasoning, that's for the Italian beef sandwiches, some chips, 3 packs of my gum, 2 packs of Ken's Milky Way, and I might sneak one, and I told Ken these just have to be wrong because they are simply divine. Even though they're fun size, so they say, I will try to at least get 3 bites out of these. Oh my goodness. It's just nothing but very smooth caramel with that little bit layer of milk chocolate. Now, did I make you want one? A can of refried beans, a can of crushed tomatoes, 2 cans of pork and beans showboat. Ken likes the showboat brand. Some Marzetti, the original slaw dressing. That is going to be for some coleslaw that I am making this week to go with the Italian beef sandwiches. Some chunky salsa, that's to go in a recipe this week. Eagle brand milk, the original oatmeal. A cake mix that I'm making this week. And the Eagle brand milk, and the caramel is to go in the cake. You just, once the cake bakes and you pull it out while it's still warm and put it on a cooling rack, you put hose throughout. You can use a straw, and that's what I will use, a straw, just to put a bunch of hose all the way through the cake. And then I will pour the Eagle brand milk into those hose and over the cake, and one of the caramels on the cake into the holes, and it just all soaks down to the bottom, and it is a yummy deliciousness. And that must be my word of the day, yummy deliciousness. Hunt's traditional spaghetti sauce, that's for one of the recipes this week. 2 boxes of the rotini, the garden style rotini, that's going to be for a cold side salad, cucumber cold side salad. And then the regular rotini, that's for a recipe this week. Somebody must have thought we needed salt. 1 bag of my sugar-free chocolate chips. Throughout the day, I will get some chocolate chips along with my walnut and call that a snack. And I keep those in a jar, and I'll show that to you when I show you the produce that we picked up for this week. So I need a bag of that, even though I still have some. A box of the 18 cups of the cappuccino. That's what I drink and call my coffee in the morning. We were getting the real large walnut halves and pieces bags, and this bag the walnuts were in, it had a substitution piece of tape on it, so they must have substituted 3 bags in place of the 1 large bag that we get. And there's my chocolate chips, and I'll just open that bag and put those chocolate chips in this container here, and I keep my walnuts in the other container. And also use the walnuts in my oatmeal in the morning with my banana and walnuts. bananas. They're still very green because I had my oatmeal with one of these bananas this morning and they were quite hard. Tomatoes, I'm going to be making some homemade guacamole. 5-pound bag of red potatoes, recipe this week. 5-pound bag of yellow potatoes, recipe this week. Fresh avocados for guacamole this week. And 1 bag of sweet onions. That's our groceries for the non-refrigerated items. Now I'm going to put these away and bring out the refrigerated items to share with you. 2 bags of the whole blackberries, no added sugar. 1 bag of the whole blueberries, no added sugar. And 1 bag of the no added sugar sliced peaches. Picked up a bag of the Tyson 100% all natural ingredients, the crispy chicken strips. They're good. That's for those nights that I don't feel like cooking or we've had something going on and I was not able to get around to it. Same thing with the pot pies. He typically picks them up for himself, but here recently I've been asking, hey, can I have one of your chicken pot pies? I love, love, love these. However, my backside knows that I love these too if I eat too many. So if I have one, I need to keep it down to 1 a week. But she makes the best pot pies I have ever eaten. I used to make homemade pot pies. I'm thinking I might need to get back into that. So maybe it would be a wee bit healthier. He picks these up for his breakfast. A thing of ice cream for himself for the peach slab pie. Or blueberry or blackberry, whichever he decides. When he's eating these cakes, yes, I'm making the cakes and the peach slab pie for him as well as the ice cream. I eat my red velvet halo top. This is my favorite one. And then oatmeal cookie. And then I like the mint chocolate chip. And they were supposed to add another one, but they must not have had it at the store because I don't see it in the freezer. So this is more freezer stuff. The Daisy brand light sour cream, and it's pretty good. The 2% milk mild cheddar, and went ahead and picked up a block. I had rather just go ahead and pick up the block and do the grating myself. So this is going to be for 2 different meals. So I'm using 1 block and then 1 that's already shredded for us. And then the big pack of the mozzarella cheese, a whole milk and a 2% milk. A package of already grated for me, the tricolor coleslaw mix, a pie crust, and hiding down there is the roll of sugar cookie, and then we had the mini pepperonis for a recipe, 18 large eggs. I'm cutting back on my egg a day, I've noticed. Like I'll have my egg and my oatmeal and a bottle of water for breakfast in the morning. And then we have the shaved Parmesan cheese, baby spinach for that cold salad recipe, mushrooms for a recipe, 2 fresh, well they don't look real fresh, but 2 ears of corn for one of the dinners one night for a side, 2 cucumbers, and it always hurts me right in the gut when I have to purchase cucumbers or tomatoes because we grow those during the growing season. But they don't do us any good in January, right? And then a head of lettuce. Here's the downfall of letting someone else do your grocery shopping for you. Yes, you're keeping from being in the midst of the hustle and the bustle and the get out of my way and would you hurry up and move? They do the picking, and one of the things my mother always taught me is pay attention to your produce and buy the best looking ones, as well as when I'm buying like the cheese, go to the very back of the cheese to get one where they just stocked it instead of the ones toward the front. And I am one of those. I may have a little OCD when it comes to, I don't take the first 1 or 2 items on the shelf. I will usually thumb my way back through at least to the 3rd or 4th item and take it. Something about taking that first item off the shelf, I just don't do it. I'll be making our own salads this week in place of buying the prepackaged, pre-made salad. And that's what these two lettuces are for. Celery, orange Diet Crush, my fave, A&W root beer, his fave. And I think that's it of the cold stuff here. So now I can go put those back out in the refrigerator, and I'm putting them out in the refrigerator in the garage because I like to keep this refrigerator open if at all possible when I'm bringing the stuff in for the meal, and I'll put it in the refrigerator and pull it out and do all the prepping, and then I like to put the leftovers actually in this refrigerator, but sometimes Ken likes them out in the other refrigerator. So it's whoever's putting the food away that evening. So there is more of our refrigerated items. Now I'm going to carry these back out to our backup fridge. I'll go over the meats. I like to do the meats last. Like if I'm going to put them here on the island, I like to do that last, and then I like to disinfect it real good after I've put the meats back away. And goodness gracious, the price, $4.46 a pound. That must be some kind of good roast, huh? And that's supposed to be 1 pound of skinless chicken breast, and then we got the 5 pound of the ground beef. I think it's going to be ground beef, and I'm thinking 3 of the meals. So that will go in 3 of the meals, and I usually use a little more than a pound. So I will divide that up into 3 meals. And then the sausage for one of the recipes. So there's the meats that I'm going to be using. I still have that pork loin that I can use. I went ahead and put that in the freezer because I didn't make it Saturday. And this was not bought this week. We bought it, I think, last week, and I don't think I added it with last week. I don't think. I'm not sure. But I like the Downy for my fabric softener, and I love the Fresh Scent and the Arm & Hammer, the OxyClean. That is my all-time favorite laundry soap. We think Ken's probably allergic to some of them, some of the laundry soaps, especially Tide, because he gets like a little rash if I've washed his clothes and anything like that. And I've not washed clothes in Tide probably since our early marriage when I found that out. And also like with his underclothing and his socks and towels, I will put them on an extra rinse to try to get the laundry soap out of it to prevent him from having any issues with the laundry soaps. Burr, y'all. And this is Tennessee. Started this again last night, Monday night. This is Tuesday late morning.